L. Brooks Patterson's team of 5 that help us do great projects. And we certainly want to welcome everybody on behalf of, first and foremost, the city of Pontiac. What a wonderful story this has been over the last few years and continues to be here in Pontiac. But on behalf of Brooks Patterson, our county executive, welcome to this event where we have a very, very exciting announcement for you today. A project of all things. Can you imagine Brooks Patterson being involved in a project of all things? And this is where really this comes out of from my office. So I'm in charge of economic development for the county and work with a very strong team, and a lot of our team is in the back. I see Dan Hunter, our Deputy Director of Economic Development, and Brett Razigan, who many of you know is our Manager and Director of Planning. Brooks walked into my office about a year ago and said, what do you think about daylighting the Clinton River? And I said, well, you don't mean in Pontiac, do you? And he says, yeah, wouldn't that be great if we could do that? And he said, why don't you come up with, in partnership with other people, the idea of making it some type of competition or contest to see who can come up with the best idea to do this. And then he scurried his way out of my office. And I thought, what a rascal. You know, once again, here comes Brooks Patterson with his vision and his ideas. But what a great vision it is. Out of that, the team was able to really come up with not so much a competition, but a very real, very, very purposeful idea. Why not draw on the best and brightest amongst us in all fields of different land use and planning and engineering and council and creativity and economic development and all those forces together. And we couldn't be more grateful this morning to be welcoming the Urban Land Institute and the Larson Institute and its fine students to take on a project that we're announcing today. So I'd like to recognize a few people that are here. Some of them are going to speak. I know that Mayor Jakowski is here and Council President Jones is here. We also have representatives of the ULI. I'm looking to see if there's any other elected officials that, you know, those elected officials, I was one for a while. Oh, goodness, yes. And so we welcome one and all. I do notice that we have a large contingency of our business community from Pontiac here. Bottom of our heart in Brooks's office, thank you for your continued commitment to Pontiac and to the rebuilding and the regrowth of Pontiac. So imagine, if you will, that somebody's driving up Woodward, and instead of driving around Pontiac, they drive through Pontiac. And as they're driving through Pontiac, they see a beautiful feature. That's the Clinton River. And around the Clinton River, they see quality of life amenities of people relaxing outside, maybe enjoying a coffee or a good glass of wine. Maybe they're looking at some artwork. Maybe they're just standing around with their kids and thinking of years that have gone by in the city. There's pictures up here that you can see, and you can check them out later, that really reflect that that's what Pontiac was at one point. And there's some of us in this room and around Pontiac that believe that that's what Pontiac can be again. The great assets of the water feature, of the quality of life feature within the city. I think that's what Brooks Patterson had in mind when he came and said, what do you think? Do you think we could daylight the Clinton River? Now that's been studied long ago. Tens of millions of dollars have studied long ago. So this approach that you'll hear from today from the good folks at the Urban Land Institute is a different approach. And can we bring this 5 years from now, 10 years from now, that you and I can sit out, have a good cup of coffee, and watch once again the flow of that river through downtown Pontiac. And you think about great cities around the country that are doing these things. San Antonio took an old reservoir, a flood reservoir, and they turned it into the Riverwalk. I love the example of Denver, the Red Creek that flows through Denver. It dries up in the summertime. They thought, you know, the economic value of having a feature, and they took over that Red Creek and they re-engineered it, they repurposed it into a feature that Denver is so proud of. So today we have a new idea. I want to introduce first William Watts. He had told a funny story. Somebody told him that was a superhero name not too long ago. But Bill's not a superhero. He's just a super empowered gentleman from the Urban Land Institute. So I'd like to introduce William Watts to tell us a little bit about the project and introduce the project.